Mm. I wish there was a way I could help her, but I'm not gonna do it unless I can guarantee that she's behind bars. And that she's safe for me to even come close.
I think the biggest thing that you're gonna have a problem with
Mm-hmm.
is that I don't think she's gonna be behind bars, Aya.
No, I don't think she is, and that's the worrying part.
It's gonna be one of two ways. She's gonna leave the state again, and she'll be back in who knows how many years again. She's clearly been here before. She knows this place crazy well.
Mm.
Or someone shoots her down and she dies.
Neither of which I wish for. But that's me. I'm pretty sure there's a few people in the state who wish her dead.
Well, I'm sure there's more than a few. And I wouldn't be surprised if some troopers are among that number. But everyone needs help. I know you and I see it like that. Maybe she can't be helped. I don't know. But if anyone could help her, I know it would be you or me. Because we believe that everyone should have a chance to be better.
Yeah. I mean, James is of the same opinion, but he just did a dumb mistake. A very dumb mistake, which got him hurt.
Yeah, he might have been able to help her had he not done what he did. I'm pretty sure she closed herself off to him at that point.
Other than that, it's just.
Okay, well let's. You're sleeping. How's your sleeping?
Oh, 100 times better.
Yeah, the Lunesta works better.
It wasn't the fact I couldn't go to sleep, it was the fact I couldn't stay asleep.
Right. That's what I mean, and I don't know why you'd get Ambien over Lunesta, because the Lunesta is meant to keep you asleep.
I'm guessing Ambien's to get you to sleep.
Yes, Ambien helps you get to sleep. There's an Ambien extended release that can help you stay asleep, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the dosage on that. But that's my own personal opinion, of course. I would recommend Ambien for someone who has trouble falling asleep. Because once you're asleep, if you don't have trouble staying asleep, there's no reason to keep a medication in your system in the half-life that Ambien has, which is why it has a slow release version that doesn't get dissolved in the stomach and actually gets dissolved through the intestines instead, which is a slower release, of course.
I think that's been helping my mood 100%. Preach about sleeping and everything else, and yeah, I just think that has definitely had a shift on my mood, is having proper sleep, being able to properly sleep.
That's good. I'm very glad to hear that. I am. And don't get me wrong, I love BJ, I do. I think he's a very good doctor. But I think sleep disorders are something that a psychiatrist would be a little bit more specialized in than your general doctor.
That's fair.
If only because we deal with a lot of PTSD, and a lot of PTSD sufferers have issues staying asleep because it's the nightmares that wake them up. Usually.
Usually.
I know you've been working with James quite closely. How is he coming along for his little bit of training you've been doing?
He's reaching out. Need to work on how you reach out to the more difficult difficult people to come to. Want to interview. Like Nicholas was very difficult to find. I found him, but he was very difficult to find, so I need to teach him that. Other than that, he's taking great strides to be a leader. I just think he needs guiding from you. I can give him tools and everything else, and he seems to be catching on to using those tools quick. He just needs guiding that things like the Alia situation. I think he just needs guiding, like, this is the way you approach things.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and that could just simply be a lack of experience in a leadership role. Obviously, he's never had one. As we can tell, we both can tell.
But he was always going to be the most suitable choice.
He always was, and I think that's a big thing, is that we can clearly see that he hasn't had the experience in a leadership like role, and so grooming someone for leadership, especially unfortunately as quickly as we've had to move at the moment, makes it a little frustrating, to be fair. And I think it's frustrating for him because all of a sudden he's expected to step up and do this, but he doesn't know how to do it, and we haven't had the time properly to teach him how to do it.
No, we were going to do a slow, but that kind of went out the window.
Yeah. When they pulled that position from me, and I'm using quotes on that, definitely, our slower approach definitely
went out the window.
Yeah, it went out the window.
It went out the window. It went on a flying trip around the moon, then went to landed on the sun and just melted.
Yes, it did.
Before exploding into little tiny particles that can never be put back together.
Agreed. But we're gonna fix that, so that's fine. So as long as we're able to fix that, which we will, we'll be okay.
And the fact he's sleeping, which is great.
Yes. Is he actually getting the sleep he needs now too?
Yes, he didn't have it the night he stayed at mine because he didn't have his medication. And although I have the same medication, he didn't think to ask. Or I didn't think beyond that, and I should have. But I'm going to boot his ass. And I booted his ass, and apparently he's had sleep last night.
Okay. That's good. That's real good.
So hopefully his judgment's a little bit better. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Totally not destroying things over here on my phone.
I prefer things not get destroyed on your phone. That's unfortunate when that happens.
No, I think the sleeping medication helped a lot.
Okay.
I don't think it's something I possibly will need to continue past the amount that I've been given, but we can evaluate as we get closer to that date.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about a 14-day supply. That's fairly insignificant in terms of long-term effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if at day number 15 or 16 and you're still having trouble sleeping, maybe we should try scaling back to potentially like melatonin supplement instead, which doesn't require a prescription.
Yeah.
And then we can see if that has the same effect, because I'm always very loath to do sleep aids for 30 days because that's when you can start having the addictive properties happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want someone to feel like they are required to take this to you're required to take this to maintain a good night's sleep, right?
What is Seth tweeting?
What is he doing?
Think about changing my yee ass haircut. Any suggestions? I don't want to know. You are. Ah. Oh, golly. I'm looking at the notifications on my phone. This is not. Oh.
I approve.
Oh dear.
Okay. I need to give you some homework though as well, but we need to still keep talking though. What else is on your mind, Aya? Because you've had a lot happen. Let's be real. You thought you were losing me, right? Because we both thought you were losing me. And did someone blackmail you, Aya?
Blackmail me? You're asking
Yes.
somebody with a memory that's like a goldfish at times.
Fair enough.
I can't remember if anyone's blackmailed me. Oh, no, someone did. Oh, that trooper. That just makes me angry.
Okay, what happened? Tell me about that.
The fact that she decided that you tell me about the 811 call, otherwise I'll put the full felony charge on Vanessa. That was literally it. And I knew nothing about this 811 call. Absolutely nothing.
Well, so that's why they ran over and asked me if I picked up an 811 call even though I wasn't on duty.
Do they know how that works?
I don't know. Do they care? That's the bigger question.
No, that's fair. I found out something fun, by the way. You could text the ambulance line and the police line without giving your position and your number away.
Wait, what?
Do you not know this?
I actually don't, honey.
So if you go to your messages,
go
to messages, click on message, and then type in ambulance instead of the number, so type ambulance, you can send a text to the ambulance line. Or if you type in police, you can send a text to the police line.
Without giving away GPS?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know if it gives the number. I don't think it gives the number. But it doesn't give the GPS.
Wow.
I'm going to text the ambulance line right now. Tell them it's quiet. Maybe not. I won't do that. That's being mean.
Yeah, don't do that. We don't have a lot of medical staff on duty right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That would be way too mean. Like I said. No, it gives the number, but it doesn't give the GPS, because there's one from a more.
Wow. That's very interesting, actually. You just have to type in ambulance or police and then...
Yeah. So if you... So ambulance or police, no GPS, just your number.
That's interesting. Very interesting. So basically, she threatened you that said, I get the full charges unless you tell her about 811, and then she still pressed the full charges on me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's even more reason to have all that shit dropped. Have you told Oxburg that?
Oh no, I told Oxford the full thing.
Please tell me you at least told Oxburg that, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I promise. I've told him the full thing.
He hasn't talked to me about it.
I think he was going to pursue that. But yeah. I told him the whole thing.
That's super. Oh, hang on. Emil, do you mind if I answer this?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Emil? I have a very hot second, but it's going to be very much a second. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. You'd use bone cement is what you would do. The only time you would ever put a plate is if it's larger than 3 inches by 3 inches. Because anytime any other plate, what you're all you're gonna end up doing is increasing the intracranial pressure. So you want to use bone cement to fix the small fractures of the skull, and then administer a 20% solution of mannitol. Okay? Okay. Yep. You're welcome, Emil. Bye. Okay. Emil had a question about pillbox doctors doing brain surgery.
Yeah, apparently he's stressing about the medicals at Pink Cage.
Okay.
As he was the only medicom before Shauna got on duty. So Shauna should be able to sort him out, though.
Well, I just gave him the answer anyway, so it's all good. Okay, what else?
I'm not sure right now. Like, I'm really not sure. Kenku's back. That's a...
Really?
Yeah, Kenku's back. He's been gone for a couple of months.
Yeah, I haven't seen Kenku in quite some time.
I've seen him multiple times in the last, 2 weeks?
Interesting. Kenku's always a very interesting character. Oh my god, the first time I met Kenku, it was fucked up. That's all I can say.
First time I met Kenku, he was covered in asbestos and I didn't have a mask.
First time I met Kenku took me hostage, flew me to the top of Mount Chiliad, and told me to go inside the bunker that I couldn't get into.
Ow! Oh, yeah, Kenku's interesting.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna keep your homework the same as it was last time.
Okay.
You have to write a letter of apology to yourself.
Oh, jeez. I understand the reason why I understand that and all. Just, oh, that's an awkward homework. But then again, all our homework is awkward. Other than that, I actually don't think there's huge amounts going on. Like, talking to you, being able to talk about the earlier situation, being able to sleep. I told James thank you for trying to support me. I just wish I'd known beforehand.
Yeah, he needed to actually speak to you, as opposed to, staying quiet about it is the problem. That's always the biggest problem. A lot of people think you don't tell the person that you're trying to protect them, or that you support them, or that you believe in them. And that's why I gave you the mantra that I did. If it can help me, and I was far worse off than you, Aya. It can help you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, that's your homework then. Obviously, you know where I am. I'm gonna head home and spend some time with Rachel. Sydney's actually on duty, and Candace is at home right now too.
Okay.
Yeah, she is.
I am gonna write up the notes from our session. Because, oh, I didn't do those.
Plus, you have that new session coming in too, right?
Mm-hmm. Don't even go about that one.
Well,
But
listen, you said I'm not allowed to take anymore.
I know.
That's your fault, not mine.
Shh.
Your fault. Your fault. I took 3 more after I came back from vacation.
Vanessa!
What? I'm back up to 16.
Okay, no more than that.
I may push it to 20. Maybe.
Go on.
16. 18. Give me 18, please.
18.
Okay. All right.
18, no more than 18. Thank you.
18 per week. 18 per week. No more.
No more.
Okay.
I'll do some pinky promise.
Oh, we gotta do the pinky promise.
We have got. Okay.
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise. There we go.
Okay. Pinky promise. No more than 18 in a week.
Did you just say 19?
No, I said 18.
Okay.
I said 18.
Okay.
All right. Be safe, okay? Make sure you tell someone's coming in your 10 minutes or whatever, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna do these notes and then say.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, there goes a car. I didn't expect to see that speeding when that was happening. Really? I moved away from the bench. Gimme, 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 gimme. Sorry guys, I was sending a text to my mum. I'm very good at missing out words in my text, apparently. Words are very, very hard. And yeah, you're right. Not many people actually know about that trick. I don't know how I know about it, but I know about it. Like, I'm very much aware. It's a very, like, handy tool. I wish I'd just known it on Martha. Which reminds me, we have a court case coming up on Martha. Potentially. We potentially have a court case coming up on Martha. Oh, you'll have to find out. Like, there's a full 4 different, 5, 6 different items that we prepared already. And, like, I've prepared stuff on my end to help. Oh, geez, I'm missing stuff. You're getting to see the inner workings. Oh, that was a gunshot.
Marks.
Alia.
Hello.
Hi.
They left you alone.
I was waiting for my next session.
They left you alone. I spelled out for them who I was going to take, and they left you alone.
What would you like?
You're gonna come with me, Miss Marks.
Okay.
Your patient can wait. You know, I gave them 10 hours to find my target. They've had 10 hours to locate you. 10 hours. Try to save you. And they failed.
Who?
All of PD. Hold on. We're leaving now.
Understand.
This car. Oh. Hang on. Actually, step out for a moment.
Okay.
I'd like you to put your phone on the ground right here, please. I'll buy you a new one, but yours right now is gonna go on that ground. Perfect. Now
Oh,
let's go.
that's not where I'm meant to be, but
No, you're gonna get up front with me.
okay.
There we go. I wonder how long till I notice you're missing. You close that back door for me.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go get some fuel. And then you and I are gonna go have a conversation for a little bit. Hopefully they'll start searching for you soon.
I have trust in them.
Hmm. How much time do we have before they try to search for you, Miss Marks?
About 10 minutes, 10, 15 at most.
So we probably have closer to 20 because they're gonna try to check in. There's not gonna be an answer. They have to drive to the location. They have to find your phone. And then I'll be getting a phone call. So we probably have a good 30 minutes with just you and I where we can talk without being interrupted, without worrying about people caring where we are. I like that fan. Oh,
Hello? Sorry. I'm just
mm-hmm. I wasn't quite close enough to the gas pump. Just a moment.
okay.
There we go. Sometimes this city is a little weird, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Have you missed me, Miss Marks?
I've can't say I have.
Hmm. Well, I've missed you. And if I'm being honest, that's really the only thing that matters. So, let's have a little chat. You seem to be feeling much better. You're much less hesitant with me. I'm assuming the chat with your coworkers has been going well.
Yes, I've been finding strength with them.
Good. I'd hate to think that you're actually Miss Marks. That would make me very disappointed. You know what's funny is I've actually been staying right there by that freeway for the past couple weeks. No one has come to check. I know they drove by me multiple times.
You've been watching.
I've been watching a lot of people, Miss Marks. Come on out. No one will find us here. It's not immediately. Take a seat. Right here. Consider me an open book at the moment, Miss Marks, because you're going to be with me for a few days now. So let's start our conversation now.
What do you mean by the few days or a week that you sent me in the text?
Well, everyone seems to think I need help. Everyone seems to think there's something wrong with me, that I'm broken in some fundamental way, that there's a way I could be rehabilitated or I could be fixed. I'm taking you because I want you to make it abundantly clear to everybody that when I let you come back, if I let you come back, I can't be rehabilitated. I can't be fixed. And I need to be left alone. Leaving me alone will save countless lives versus me having to wade through body after body after body to make myself understood.
How are you going to make it clear through me?
I promise that what happened to me when I was 5 what happened to the person that I took.
What happened when you were 5?
I was given a very special cocktail of drugs, Miss Marks. We're gonna see if you can talk me out of giving you that exact same cocktail. Because if you can't, well, I don't believe that you'll survive. I don't believe that you could handle the stress that I was put under. You're a strong woman. You are. And I was trained for what I do. I was molded into the killer that I am. And I recognize that. And I know how dangerous and unpredictable and I dare say psychopathic I can be. It all just depends on, well, how long you can hold out or how long you can try to convince me.
Why me over everyone else?
You saved me once. You almost protected me. And like that feeling.
You like that feeling?
And I haven't had someone care for me in a very long time, let alone just basic medical attention.
You deserve medical attention. You deserve help. Everyone does.
And I would probably get that to a certain extent. But there would always be a judgment. There would be an underlying tone of resentment that I've experienced my entire life, Miss Marks. I've been resented by nearly everyone I've come in contact with, save 3 people. One was my mentor. I missed her. She was always kind to me, but stern. Number 2 was you. You were kind to me, and even when I was clearly in a very delicate state, you still treated me with a basic amount of respect. And number 3 was Mr. Schuyler. He was very kind to me, very loving in his way, if you will. I don't quite understand that phrase per se, at least not the feeling behind it. But he didn't judge me. He listened to me and kindly listened to me. And well, I haven't had that before. It was nice. And that's why he only got the sedation and not the extra little cocktail, not the extra LSD that caused people to fear me, especially after they dream.
Even if you have me, they'll still continue searching for me.
I see. I want them to search for you for a little bit before we leave. We're gonna fly out of the state, Miss Marks. You and I. We're gonna go to a little private island I have off the coast here. It's gonna be really wonderful. It'll just be you and I, and all of our needs will be met slowly, one by one. But while we're gone, that's where you and I get to have the more personal talk. I'm just allowing you a bit of time to speak to me before we leave. Because I did promise the officers they would have a chance to stop me. This is their chance. We'll be moving again in probably about 10 minutes, since they haven't found us. And I'll stop again for a little while. I'm sure I will taunt them a little bit. And then you and I will leave. It'll be fun. It's like a game to me. Maybe they can stop me. Maybe they can't. Hell, there's a reason I even have a white car. That's why I'm really easy to see against the backdrop of the mountains and the forests. If they look. But we'll see how good they are.
They're good, Alia. They are very good.
They're not, Miss Marks. They're really bad.
How do you mean you spelt it out for them that I was the target?
Early this morning, when I gave them my 10-hour time, I gave them 10 hours. I like to point that out. I gave them a full 10 hours to find the person that I was going to take today. Your name was spelled out in the messages that I left. I spelled your name out. All they had to do was put it together. They know I have a thing for you, as in wanting to find you, wanting to stay in contact, talking to you. And I let them spend 10 hours trying to protect you. And just, I know they're not that good. I know that they failed you. They didn't protect you. They should have had someone with you in that building. If someone would have been there, there's a chance I might not have been able to take you. I'm very strong and I'm very fast. But police training is police training. I rely on stealth. I'm a tiny woman. As long as I surprise people, I have the advantage. When I lack the ability to surprise people, a lot of my advantage goes away. You're familiar with that, Miss Marks. You're not that large yourself. You understand what I mean.
Yes.
It's that moment of surprise that is what gives me such an air of danger. Because you never know if I'm right next to you in a bush. You never know if I am behind the next tree or around the corner or watching from the rooftops. You don't know. But as long as I have that moment of surprise, no one can stop me. That's why I've been alive for nearly 50 years and been doing this for close to 40.
The element of surprise.
Correct.
First move always has the advantage.
It does. Oh, guess who's calling me?
Who?
Mr. Harper. I don't really want to speak to him. So, that's not the phone call I want. I don't care about Mr. Harper.
Who do you want? Someone from SASP?
Yes, I do. Okay, let's continue our talk. We have a few more minutes before we have to move.
What about your past earlier? You said there was 3 people, myself, Blake, and your mentor.
It's Miss Bauer. Yeah. Miss Bauer. Where is who, Miss Bauer? Good luck, Miss Bauer. Okay. All right, my past. Let's start there. What was it you asked before I got interrupted by the phone call? I apologize.
Your mentor. You said she helped you.
She did. Her name was Catherine. Her last name was Isis, although that wasn't her actual name. But that's what I knew her by. And she was very kind to me.
How was she kind?
She taught me everything I knew after I got sold. She took me under her wing and she didn't protect me because that wasn't what they do. That's not what the company does. But she did allow me to be more of myself. You know what's funny is they're gonna go to the Raven factory and they're not gonna find you. They're gonna go to the Zancudo shack and they're not gonna find you. They're gonna go to the house where you and I were and they won't find you.
You've calculated every single possibility.
I have.
I Apart from the thrill of being chased, potentially found.
Well, I have to enjoy myself somehow.
What about your parents?
They were evil people, Miss Marks. Very evil people. My dad, my father, he was a pedophile. Or maybe he just hated me, and that was his version of punishment. I don't know. He grew up in the 60s and 50s. I'm fairly old, if you've ever looked at my medical file. My mom was your classic 70s housewife. She followed my father and stayed with him even while he hurt me. But because they already had a beautiful girl, that wasn't me. I was worthless. I was an extra piece of meat for them. Just someone who could be used and abused. Okay, Miss Marks. It's time to move.
In the front again?
Yes.
Bad if she's got her rights, because there was a major thing this morning that I needed to brief you on.
Okay.
TLDR, she gave us 10 hours to find 5 notes.
I keep muting my mic
And of course yesterday she said that the next person she had would be for a long time.
It's in that far bottom
We
right
found out
corner
Eliaba said it's
of
not her
the
real
actual
name.
dock area, on the liberal edge.
What is it?
Jennifer Trelawney.
That's awkward.
Interesting.
There's a lot more. No, I'll brief you in person once this is dealt
Yeah,
with.
sure, yeah, we can do that. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
just
where
dealing
is
with Ivan Mack up at San Diego, just taking his duty stuff off.
Is it right here?
Oh my god, he's actually alive? Yeah, it's here. Yeah.
Okay, right,
Can
speak to
I
you
go
later.
in here?
Yeah, I don't know how to get in there. though. I've never actually been.
Wish I would have grabbed the electric car. Unfortunately, I could not.
You're trying to watch them.
Maybe. There we go. That's better. Come on out. ahead and take a seat again. Okay. Where were we? My parents.
Yes.
What else would you like to know?
I guess. What happened to them, and how did you end up in your mentor's care?
So, what happened was when I turned 4, my father decided that I was worth enough as a sex toy. My mother put up with it until I was about 5.5. And then she decided that because he was spending more time with me as a woman, even though I was just a little girl, I need to be, how do you say, disposed of. So she contacted some people, the company I work for, and offered them my life. She wanted money because having someone as young as me makes it very easy for them to retain their power and their ability to mold you. And it is very interesting when they get a hold of you.
And you still continue to work for that company?
I did, yes.
You did?
I do. I still work for them. It's the company I currently work for, Miss Marks. I am still employed by the ones that my parents sold me to. Because you can't escape. You have to do what they say. You have to follow instructions. You cannot afford to ignore their orders. Oh, it's Mr. Carlson. Hello, Mr. Carlson. Hello, Mr. Carlson.
Hello,
You know-
Miss Trelawney.
I gave you 10
You have a
hours.
habit of taking people I care about.
I gave you 10 hours. You were
You did
supposed
give
to
me
piece
10
together
hours. We
who I
found
was
your
going to
notes.
take
What more
and
did
then
you want
protect
from
them.
us?
And you were supposed to piece together who I was going to take and then protect them. That is
Yeah,
unfortunate,
someone did,
Mr.
and we
Carlson.
didn't listen.
Oh, that is unfortunate, Mr. Carlson. You
So how
have
can we
until
get
I leave the state with
her
her.
back?
You have until I leave the state with her. So what, say 2 hours?
Understood.
So what, say... I think that sounds fair. 2 hours? Doesn't
2 hours. Understood.
I think that sounds fair, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Tell me,
Okay. I love water.
how's your love of water? Just curious.
Water is very soothing to me. I do. I love water.
You love the water. Okay.
No, we won't,
All
Mr.
right, well,
Carlson.
we'll speak soon.
My
Water
humble
is
water.
very soothing to me.
Yeah, we'll speak soon. Bye-bye.
Hmm.
You're enjoying this game?
Yes, I am. this is where it gets fun. Because if they do find me, they are gonna shoot to kill me. I will do my best to make sure you're not hurt. If they do find us, I will do my best to ensure that.
You don't think they will?
I don't. They won't find us. And then we'll go to the airport as our final move. And we'll fly out. Oh, now where were we again? Let's see. My parents, yes. So I was trained. And I was taught how to do what it is that I do. How to be as good as I am. And when I was 10, they sent me back to my parents. My father welcomed me home. He recognized me. And then after he welcomed me home, I stuck a needle in his neck. And I watched as it paralyzed him and killed him. So I took out my hunting knife. I sliced off his dick. Threw it on the floor. I let him essentially bleed out. And it was amazing. My mom was horrified. Absolutely horrified. Freaked out. So, I took the knife and I slit her throat. And she sprayed me with her blood. And then I went upstairs. And when I was upstairs, I found my sister on her bed. I slit her wrists very quickly. I didn't want her to suffer a lot. She was evil, but she wasn't my parents' kind of evil. So I left her mostly alone. And then I went back to work.
Will you be leaving the state for a week as well, or will you be returning?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I mean, you and I are gonna go together when I drop you back off. We'll see what happens. We'll see what kind of state you're in. If you're alive. I don't intend to kill you, Miss Marks.
But this cocktail might.
Correct.
What's it designed to do?
Mold your mind. Make you more receptive to suggestions, training. It's almost like going to a hypnotherapy session, Miss Marks. Are you familiar with those?
Yes, I am very familiar with them. What do you want to mold my mind into?
I think you'd make a very wonderful, darker version of me. Except you would hide it better. So instead of helping patients, you would slowly turn them to me. And then I can take over. And then, you know, I think what would be best is that then I could take over the company. And I could run it myself. I wouldn't have to listen to Isis or Ra. I could take over. And then people would do what I say. And then not only could I be the boogeyman of people's nightmares, but I could also be the boss. Wouldn't that be fun?
That's not a life I want to lead.
Well, not now. That could very easily change.
You want to turn me from helping others to helping them be molded to your mind, to your way.
Yes. Yes, I would. Because I could be more thorough. I could mold people the way they're supposed to be. I can make sure that they're obeying the right orders and they're actually killing the right people because sometimes the people make mistakes. Miss Savage is worried about you now.
There are people that care about me here. People who would be incredibly worried, sad, if I was gone.
Ooh, it's raining. I do love the rain. Oh, Miss Savage is really furious.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. Notice how we've never seen any cars drive by here.
I'm surprised. There's that location. You took James.
I know. I was actually expecting them to go check that pretty quickly. Alright, Miss Marks. Let's go ahead and move.
Okay. Your car's not gonna go far looking like this.
I know. We will trade it out. There's a reason I stayed right near here.
Easy to access vehicles.
So we're gonna go down here. We're gonna go pick up a vehicle. Like this one. What else would you like to talk about?
You mentioned a few days to a week.
Mhm.
You're unclear of how long it will take.
Well, I guess that depends on how long we, or how well, you and I get together. Now, isn't it?
Yes.
You and I get along really well. Maybe it'll only be till, say, Thursday.
But you're giving it a week at maximum.
Correct.
And if it doesn't work by the end of the week,
well. I mean, no. If it takes a week, it takes a week. Let's see. You know what? I actually like that Sultan over there. It's a much better choice. Come along.
You're not bothered about the colour of the car. You've given them a chance with the colour.
I did. He had a chance with the white one. I was very obvious where I was. I stayed exactly where I needed to be for an hour. Literally across the road. They could have easily have found us if they wished to. If they had been a little bit quicker on the uptake. I did promise Kyleson 2 hours, so we have an hour and a half left together.
And then we to the airport.
Honestly, I'm half tempted to just go to the airport and just wait them out. Because that would be so fitting, actually. We could just sit still and not have to move. And no one would check it. Because they would assume that I want to keep moving.
You don't put a lot of faith in their abilities.
Miss Marks, I've been here for... 5 months, roughly? At least this time around.
This time around?
Yes. Months this time around, and literally none of them have been able to stop me, have been able to protect any of my targets. Because when I wanted them dead, they're dead. They're all dead. Jessica, Melissa, Anne, Jay, Alex, Flores, Mr. Emmerich. They all died. They're all dead. I haven't been stopped once. I haven't even been close to being stopped once, and I gave them months of knowledge before I did anything. Because I don't believe in being unkind or unfair. I believe that if they were genuinely concerned about people, concerned about them being harmed or taken, then they would have stopped me a long time ago, Miss Marks.
That's why you kept giving them opportunities.
Correct.
You're doing this so you can watch the main road. You can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a dock further
I just used to
south
live
of
over
that
there,
as well.
Just checking on the radio. No one's answering. I guess we'll go down.
I mean, there was. Maybe if I can remember where the spot was, I can send you a ping to where it was. I met with her after an incident that was related to this, but I'm not sure if I can remember where it is on the map.
We need another
Okay.
PD cruiser.
Okay.
Alright, let me try it out.
Thank you.
Ooh, got like 6 text messages in a row.
She texts me.
I'm
she
very
texted me back
popular at
too.
the moment,
She
Miss
said I
Smart.
can't taunt her. I feel like telling her that if
Lots of PD.
Mm-hmm. Everyone from PD.
But you're not replying to them.
I am. Would you like me to go over the text? They're actually quite interesting.
What do they say?
Let's see. Miss Bauer said, "Is there anything at all I can do to prevent this from happening?" And I said, "People had 10 hours to stop me." And they did. Mr. Kyleson said, "So, you've impressed me." Oh, he's calling me. Hello, Mr. Kyleson. How can I help you now? Mr. Kyleson,
Hello again.
how can I help you now?
Maybe by
What kind of hint are
giving
you...
us a little hint, maybe.
Oh, what kind of hint are you looking for, Mr. Carlson?
Seeing
What
as
kind
you-
of hint are you...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, what kind of hint are you looking for, Mr. Carlson?
Well, seeing as you've clearly outsmarted us and we're having a massive problems finding our friend, maybe you could give us a kind of area of the state where we could be
I
looking
mean, I
in.
could. But the problem when I do that, Mr. Carlson, I mean, I could. What? 10, 12 of you are going to show up? And you're gonna swarm the area? Oh, he hung up on me.
Maybe somebody phoned him.
Probably. Oh. That's okay, Mr. Carlson. Yes, it's gonna be a mess. I like things organized and neat, Mr. Carlson. You know that. You're sounding awfully desperate, Mr. Carlson. You're sounding awfully desperate, Mr. Carlson.
No, I'm worried about my friend, but I do keep to my word. Remember meeting you in Grapeseed?
That's
and
true.
The promise
I did appreciate that, Mr. Carlson. I see. Well, I guess I'm open to suggestions. I will take them under consideration. How about that? How about that?
Okay, so currently, I can tell you,
Mhm.
we have a number of officers looking for you. How
Mhm.
about if I tell you that only 4 officers will look for you if you can tell us a kind of area where we could be looking.
That kind of sounds like a fun game, Mr. Carlson. I do enjoy games. I'm assuming yourself. Who will be the other three? Yourself. Who will be the other three? Okay.
I am with someone.
And
as
the
a
other
patrol
one will
unit
be?
currently, and I am north.
Okay. And the other one will be?
I'm not sure yet. There's a patrol unit already formed. I might use them.
Very
I don't
well.
know. I think they're down in the city.
We'll play a game with this. I will pick a spot in the state, and I will go there. It will be fairly large, not too large, but fairly large. And I will sit still. And I'll tell you where. And I can't wait to see how quickly you can canvass the area, and we'll have a lot of fun with it. What do you say? Excellent. So, let's start with, I'm a fan of the Zancudo River area. You will have 10 minutes to find me. Good luck.
You don't plan to move from this spot?
Oh, Miss Marks. I gotta put some fuel in. You are smart. Yes, I lied to him. Because he lied to me.
What did he lie about?
He said he keeps his word. He didn't actually keep his word. He tried to apprehend me. And because he didn't keep his word, I'm under no obligation to keep mine. So I'm gonna wait here. And we'll see how quickly they can scout that area.
Then you'll give them a new area that's not where we are. Or maybe close by.
I will.
Depends how much of a thrill you're wanting.
True. I always find it enjoyable when people assume that I am, well, doing what they expect. I hear an ambulance.
I do not.
I do hope that person is okay. Would you like a story, Miss Marks? I can give you a wonderful story about the hospital here.
Okay.
So, I was in prison. They placed me on a psychological evaluation hold. And when I was on that hold, they, well, you know, they're supposed to come and have someone talk to me.
That was something that did not happen.
Correct. But while I was there, I met some friends. And they were part of a group known as the Wave, right?
Yes, the Wave. I'm aware of them.
And they were hurt in the jail. They were in the infirmary. I walked through the door and I saw Mr. Ryder and some other doctor I'm not aware of. In the infirmary treating some injuries. One of their members was very, very hurt. And so much so that he actually had a bullet through his throat. Destroyed his vocal cords. Mr. Ryder, and whatever doctor he was with, didn't do anything for him. Didn't help him out. Stabilized. And they just let him suffer with no medical care. I was very upset. That's not what a doctor does, especially when you're an actual doctor. There's a requirement to being a doctor, right? There's that Hippocratic oath where you should treat
Yes.
everybody with the exact same level of respect. They didn't. He got out of the infirmary and he couldn't speak. And there was a very good chance he wasn't going to speak ever again. And unfortunately, I was the only one who could do anything. So I took Mr. Hootie, that's what I called him. They all called him Hootie, so I just added a Mr. in front of it. I took a couple extra pieces of tendon from his shoulder, and I reconstructed his vocal cords. It's not perfect. His voice will be slightly different. But I reconstructed them. Mr. Ryder, and whoever the woman was with him, refused to help him out. The Wave owed me a favor and said I was, well, yes, they were in my debt. So, I told them, I want Jay Turner dead. And guess who's dead? Miss Marks.
Jay Turner.
Mhm.
You orchestrated that.
I did. I am a professional. Mistakes are not something that I make. I've been doing this far too long. Mr. Turner always surrounded himself with extra people, surrounded himself with other friends and family and gangs, and he was 100% sure that he would always be on guard. Except when the order comes from people he knows and people he trusts. It makes it real easy to kill people when you make friends with his supposed family. But to be fair, they didn't really like him much. So when I gave them that request, they very happily complied by attempting to rob his house, drawing him out, and gunning him down. I have been planning his death for months.
And you succeeded.
I did. Everyone I've been tasked to kill, I've killed. Everyone I've been tasked to punish, I've punished. And then those 4 or so individuals who tried to cross me, well, sadly, they just ended up with a very small pinprick in their neck. I didn't kill them. I did hurt them, but I didn't kill them.
You're not going to do the 2 hours, are you? You're going to do slightly less.
Very slightly. About 10 minutes or so less. Give or take a little bit.
You're not afraid to lie to them because they've lied to you.
Correct. I don't mind though. I feel a little bad because it is unfair. I do have quite a few decades of experience on all of them. This isn't the first time I've toyed with, well, law enforcement. And since I don't plan to sedate you, there's a very good chance you'll remember that conversation about Ryder and what he did at the prison, or in this case, didn't do.
You want me to remember that?
I do. Of course, I could be lying. But if you ask the Wave, then you would know I'm not. And I know that they would talk to you, or another doctor, potentially. You know what's funny? If you drive just like everybody else, they overlook the car. They would drive right by us right now. And they would never know.
We're also not wearing clothes that would stand out.
Correct. There's nothing remarkable about me. other than the long black coat, but in the car,
No, no! I am so
can't really see it.
dead! My car!
and I drive like this very consistently. Stop at the lights. I go when it's green.
When you only change one little thing in the environment, just one thing, people overlook it because it's normal. You can be hidden in plain sight. Camouflage.
Mhm. People are so impatient. They just continually go, go, go. And they don't pay attention to what's around them.
They don't stop and observe the little things. And if they did, they'd spot them.
They would. It'd be really easy to find me at that point. Because, like I said, the only advantage I have compared to everybody else is I know how people think. I know what people expect. I know how to push when I need to push. I know how to let up when I need to let up. Oh, Mr. Kyleson messaged me. But you can see, we're just driving.
Driving where we can talk. We look normal. We're in plain view. You're going to try it to stay at the airport.
I am. I'm gonna give it a shot. Let me see how far ahead they're going to think. I have to give them a new spot here in a little bit, so I'm gonna get them close to the airport, but not the airport. Give them an opportunity to think just a little outside the box like I did last time.
Close,
And
but not the area you describe.
correct. So what's interesting about the airport is that if you use the hangars on the far side, and someone has thermal goggles, they'll see you. But if you use this one right here, and we
They've gone
step out of-
past. They've gone past you. So they're
Yes.
not.
And we'll step out of the vehicle. And we'll look like two ordinary airport workers. All we have to do is stand right here.
What if they drive past through this way?
Well then. The game's afoot then, isn't it? Are you Mrs. Savage's niece?
Yes.
Boy, this is gonna be real personal then, isn't it?
I am also Seth's niece.
Oh. That's real personal.
That's why they're trying to get me back. This is going to be the final stop, isn't it?
It is. I'm giving them a full 30 minutes.
Is it just you on that island that we're going to?
Yes. It is.
So even when you take me there, even if you come back, you still have an advantage.
I do. I always have an advantage, Miss Marks.
Important or not, but I'm following this white van. It looks a little sketch. It's passing tuners.
I don't think it is, but just keep an eye out and let me know.
Okay.
Bye bye.
You've even thought of the possibilities of thermal goggles.
Yes, they used them last time to get me. Made it very unfun because I wasn't able to watch. In order to be out of range of those, unfortunately, I can't stay close enough. And it sucks because I don't plan to hurt the troopers who go to the scenes. I just enjoy watching. guess you could say my thing. I like it when they discover someone and they
And your name isn't very well known to the mass majority of the public.
no, it's not.
Your looks, either. So even if they came back down here,
Mm-hmm. Even if they came down here, the only one they'd probably recognize would be you. I mean, certain people would recognize me. They've seen me, of course.
but they wouldn't think much of it.
No, they wouldn't. Most people would just let it go. And they wouldn't think anything about it.
In fact, you gave them a clue to this location right at the beginning. You told them that we'd be leaving.
I did. People would listen to me. People would actually listen to me when I talk. I probably wouldn't even be able to kill the first person. Oh, Melissa and Jessica were probably gonna die anyway, if I'm being very honest. They were very loud when they were here, boisterous. They even chased the colonel for a little bit, and Jessica bragged to me about that. But yes, I told them we'd be here. If they were smart, they would come here.
But
And
then
then it would be between me and them.
someone texting you.
No. No, they're not. They know you're gonna come with me. They know it's too late. They know that you're mine. And that just kind of makes me smile a little bit. Sparks.
You think I'm going to be permanently yours?
Oh, that's a good question now, isn't it? When it's just you and I, and we're not being bothered by troopers or other otherworldly disturbances. It's just you and I, nobody else. And no one to distract us, no one to bother us. We'll see how strong you are. It's funny. They know my real name.
And what is that?
Jennifer.
Jennifer?
Yes,
Why did you change it?
because I am not my parents' child. I'm Catherine's. I am hers. Being was essentially my mother.
She formed you and she shaped you.
She did.
She conditioned you. Those feelings that we talked about. The ones you don't feel. She conditioned you to make you feel like that.
She did. She was who made me. So when I had the opportunity, I made sure that I could change my name. I've changed my name a few times over the years. My last name, specifically. And when I changed my name from the last names, because it's a rank. It's not a it's I mean, okay. It's a name. But it's a rank with the name. I've told the officers this, but they didn't listen to me. I told them that I am only third highest in the company. And I am. I'm not the only Bassett, but I am third highest. That's what the rank is. It's kind of like you have a CEO, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a CFO or another C level, take your pick. And then from there, you have like a board of directors. I'm on the board of directors. The CEO, or president and vice president, are Isis and Ra. Even though they're considered a vice president, they're not really. Less Isis and Ra run the company. They are two individuals. There's 4 Bassets. There's 4 Sekhmets. There are 4 Hathors. sets. Saw, Tourette. There's go down the ranks. We have maybe 100 people total in our entire organization. We operate internationally, without restrictions, without bounds. Because when we burn an identity, we get a new one. I have been Aaliyah for 30 years now. I am that good that I have not been found out. I went by Jennifer for a very short time after I joined the company. My last name has changed, though, from Ta'aret, Hathor, Sekhmet, Aset.
So you are the third most powerful in the company, at least on that
Yes.
ranking.
Ooh, Mr. Harper's calling me. I hung up on him. Oh, Mr. Rain tried to call me. Hello, Mr. Harper. Yes. Aya, are you okay?
I am okay.
Yes, she is okay. No, Mr. Harper, you are not part of this game. They are going very smooth. Miss Marks and I are almost done. Yes, we are just having a talk. It's very peaceful. Well, you're not part of the game, like I said. So, do the best you can. And... Oh, I'm not going to answer that, Mr. Harper. Again, I'm not going to tell you that, Mr. Harper. You're not part of this game. Your job is to do your job. You did your part. You checked up on Miss Marks. You alerted the authorities. And now your part is done. I appreciate you playing your part, just like I planned you to. But we're done. I may see you again, and I may not. But you and I will no longer speak. Have a good rest of your day.
He is fresh, he does not know.
Doesn't?
You enjoy doing those games with him.
I do. So, I'm actually gonna give him the full 2 hours. I think that's fair. I mean, we are nearly there. We have 20 minutes left, so I figure another 10 minutes won't be a waste, right, Miss Marks?
No. I think it's a good idea.
Do you have more questions for me while we wait?
Why have you decided to take over the company now? Why not earlier?
I'll be honest. I've been denied personal vendettas since I've been here. I've had someone try to shoot me. I had someone try to beat me up. I've had someone actually try to harm me. And when I asked for permission to, at the very minimum, secure my reputation, I was told not to. I was told that it wasn't my place. Now, I don't hold grudges. And I don't feel like I need and still punish those people. But if someone hurts you, I feel like one of the rules that needs to change is that you are allowed to punish them back. Not kill them, just punish. I don't think that's unreasonable. I've requested this a few times over the years. But here, this year, I'm tired of being second class to their rules. There's a very specific way to take over the company. I'm good enough. I'm strong enough. And I think they know that if I really wanted to, I could kill both of them.
I have no idea. I haven't seen her since.
She has
They're good, Miss Marks.
Oh, lovely.
Hmm?
Gee, because that
They're
wasn't
good.
predictable.
My bosses,
Well,
they're very good at what they do.
When did she grab her?
I dare say they're almost
nearly
as
an hour
good
and
as
a half
I
ago.
am.
We've only got like half an hour left until she takes her out of state.
But I remember them coming up through the ranks when I was a beset.
Check the owl totem
I
where the
wasn't given a
waterfalls are.
promotion.
Well, she keeps giving us locations.
I thought
to
for
look,
sure
but at the
after I
moment,
killed Ann
we're playing a
Johnson
little game
so
of
quickly and
7523
efficiently,
block
it
down to
made
the
it very obvious that I knew what she had done.
7550 block.
I'd be given a promotion. Or maybe after Mr. Turner. Or maybe after the Flores. But no. Once more, Aaliyah is relegated to her place.
So you want to change that?
I do.
Someone text you?
Miss Savage did. She's finally figured out that I'm actually not in that rectangle.
But you're still not going to tell them where we are?
They should know where we are, Miss Marks. I'll be very honest, if they come flying down here and they see us, and time limit is not up, I will probably turn you over to them. more than likely I'll probably be shot. That would be unfortunate. Hmm.
Sorry, it's irritating me. I just wanted to make it sure it was in one place.
Okay. Well, we'll be very comfortable on my island. You know what I think we might do?
Hmm.
I might let you send a text from my phone.
Just the one?
Just the one. Mr. Kyleson has just said he doesn't believe I was ever at the location, I said. Good on him for recognizing that. And I said, you're not very good at hide and seek. He said I was never very good at games. What would you like to tell him, Miss Marks? Ooh, he wants me to take him instead.
But that's not the goal of your game.
It's not. I don't want him.
There's no guarantee I will survive this week either.
No, there isn't.
Tell them that they mean the world to me. My family and my friends mean the world to me.
There you go. Do enjoy our talks, Miss Marks.
Will I be able to talk whilst this cocktail is there?
Yes. Yes, you will.
I would have thought it would have been more listening, but
Hmm.
I haven't got a clue. I don't know this area well enough.
Oh, he says, what do I actually want? And then I'm gonna say I have what I want. Which is very true. I do.
Simon, you were supposed to put those up.
Oof, my phone is being slow. It's frustrating.
receiving so many texts.
No,
Yes,
I think it's
live.
just
I
service
don't
is slow
remember
down
the
here
ones
by
now
the
because
airport.
I don't know where she is.
Same.
He really wants to trade himself for you.
I am his niece, his family, and his friend.
And she probably thinks she's so fucking clever.
Have you known Mr. Carlson for long?
Almost since I arrived in state.
Wow. I'm assuming that's quite a while for you, Miss Marks.
July, August.
Hmm. He's trying to play off my emotional side, which I don't have.
You do, but you suppress them.
I do.
You've been conditioned not to feel them,
Have.
but you have experienced them.
Hmm. That's debatable, Miss Marks. Hmm. I suppose it's time to say goodbye to them. Let's go try to catch it. Miss Marks.
Sorry. Sorry, I...
And there she is. Come along. Time for us to go. Apparently, you have to enter it from the back part of the wing. To be fair, I didn't even think about. Do I dare fly this? Yeah, that's a really big plane right there.